What's up, guys? Welcome to Weigel Friends English, and today we're going to talk about word types to know in English spelling and pronunciation. And this is to help you guys with our pronunciation check videos because some of the stuff we're getting down the line, we're going to start using some terms in order to categorize these, which is helpful in your English learning and pronunciation. However, do not stress with these.
Right. This marks a shift from your language learning from beginner to an intermediate or advanced, where you have to be able to figure out how to categorize these things that you're learning. You see these points, you see these weird things that we do in English, and you need a way to be able to better identify them.
So this video is going to help you draw connections between word origin, meaning, and pronunciation.
Broadly speaking, we're going to talk about homonyms.
This is the big category. This is the mothership of word pronunciation categories. But within these, we're going to break them down into different pieces. And some of these, you're going to think, these don't sound any different.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to distinguish some of them. However, it's going to help you categorize some of these particular words that you see in lots of contexts and very different contexts, and it doesn't make sense, or words that sound the same, even though they're in a different context, or pronounced differently, though they are in the same context.
Right. So the point is to take these tricky words. Let's not ignore them. Let's jump right in so that we can try to understand them. So you guys aren't surprised when you learn another word that sounds exactly the same as another word. Like, you can be aware of that before you come across it.
So the first one that we're going to define is the mothership. We're going to talk about homonyms.
Which, if you break the word into its pieces, it means same name or same sound.
Comes from Greek, which you are going to find with categories and with grammar. We borrow a lot from Greek and Latin, but Greek preceded Latin, so that kind of makes sense. So homonyms look the same in spelling, and they sound the same in pronunciation, but they have different meanings and different word origins. They come from different places.
Right, so these are like the ones that would be basically 100% identical, but they have different meanings. So for example, capital and capital.
So capital can mean lots of things, and you would pronounce it the same in each instance. So you have capital punishment, you have a capital city, but you also have capital letters or uppercase letters in writing. Or band, like a rubber band, or like this band I always have on my arm, versus like a band that plays music.
Another example is rock, like something you find outside on the ground, and rock, a genre of music.
So this next subcategory, some of you are going to be like, whoa, 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 these are like the same thing. But this is homographs. They have the same writing. Homonym is same name. This one is same writing, which means, by and large, these look very much the same, and they share a lot of the same words. However, pronunciation matters zero here. So it could be a homonym that is also pronounced differently rather than the same. Homonyms will always sound the same. Homographs will always look the same, but not necessarily sound the same.
So for example, bark and bark are spelled exactly the same. A bark on a tree or a dog makes the sound bark.
Do they really?
No, they don't.
There's also an actual word. We say the dog is barking.
Yeah.
So we use it as a descriptor, and then I think, did the onomatopoeia come first?
I don't know.
Or second? Chicken and the egg. Another one is bass, which is a type of fish, or bass, which is a musical instrument.
Or bat and bat. This is a classic one because it's very easy vocabulary to say a bat or a bat, a winged creature.
Of the night.
Of the night. So all these words spelled exactly the same. But like bass and bass, the pronunciation doesn't matter.
It could be different, or it could be the same.
Like bat and bat.
So are all homonyms also homographs? All homonyms are homographs,
yes,
but not all homographs are homonyms.
Yes.
Really, which one you use really determines which you're trying to emphasize in the moment.
Right.
So if I'm teaching a class about words that we spell the same, then I'm going to say this is a homograph, like they're all homographs, but this one in particular, this group is a homonym, meaning you will say it the same.
Yeah.
However, homographs, other homographs here that look the same, they could be pronounced differently.
So the next subcategory that we're going to talk about today is heteronyms or heterophones, which again, breaking it down, hetero meaning different, phone meaning sound. So these are the ones that have different sounds, but they look the same.
So these are spelled the same, but they have different meanings and different pronunciations or different sounds, like you were saying. So you have console and console.
Yeah, subject and subject.
And then you have project and project. Now, if you'll notice with these, oftentimes they're in different parts of speech, which is why they're pronounced differently. We have a whole playlist of these in the pronunciation check playlist. This video is also a part of it. I'll make sure to link that up here.
Okay, so the third one is homophones. And again, breaking it down, homo meaning same, phone meaning sound. So same sound. So what's emphasized here is that these words sound exactly the same, but the spelling doesn't matter.
They could be spelled the same, they could be different. So you have read and read, as in I read a book yesterday, as in the past tense of read, but then read the color.
I read a red book.
Or knight and knight, like a knight in shining armor. Or you have nighttime, the nighttime.
Pear and pear, like a pair of shoes or a fruit called a pear.
Right, or tear and tear. These are challenging in that they are spelled differently but pronounced the same. English is chock full of these. And it's because we're borrowing words from different languages and then we anglicize them in order to be able to pronounce them with our English pronunciation phonemes. And what happens is we get a whole lot of words with a really wacky spelling system.
Yeah.
Different, like there's silent letters all over the place. There's different sounds, different letters that make the same sound that they don't normally. Like, it's very confusing.
Yeah.
However, these are the ones that trip up a lot of people when it comes to pronunciation. The fourth one are capitonyms.
Whoa.
Capitonyms are words with the same spelling. Usually a common noun that we use as a proper noun and therefore capitalize it. So there is a different meaning. So for example, turkey is like a meat that we eat, but it's also an animal. Those are both lowercase common nouns. But then you have the proper noun, which is a country, the country of Turkey. Notice we pronounce them the exact same.
Another one is the word polish, like to take something and to polish it, make it shinier. But you also have the word Polish, like a person from Poland.
Right, or a Polish dish or something from Poland as an adjective.
Yes.
But then we also have the same thing with China. We have Chinaware or China dishes. Sometimes we just say just China.
Yeah.
Very nice ceramic dinnerware.
Yeah.
But then we'll say obviously the country, China.
Yep.
So these are called capitonyms and they're very easy to kind of see. And honestly, you could pretty much figure out just by looking at them, but also noticing the context, and you'll hear them pretty quick too. But you have to be able to pay attention to the context to know whether they're talking about Chinaware or they're talking about China.
Yeah. So that's it, guys, for today's video. The reason why we did this video so that you guys can have some kind of context for the craziness that is English. It is a mess sometimes. And so to help you have these categories so that you can help better identify things, we made this video so that you can be better equipped to do that. So when you run into those kind of weird words out there in the English world, that you might be able to better identify them.
You'll notice that the defining factor for most of these is context. That is the way to determine them, because most of these, actually all of them, have different meanings depending on how they are pronounced or spelled. However, what is most important here is that you're paying attention to the context. And these are just ways to categorize. Now, don't go memorizing these. You don't have to do that. But just know that when you see these words, these are things that you've seen. These are how we make connections between words.
Right. All right. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.